And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the grand finals of the Kale ISL 2. SAS Ace versus SAS Sziky, two teammates, two Hungarians, two Zerg players. How exciting. They are battling it out for the grand prize of $750 and the title of the ISL 2 champion. Second place finisher will get $400, which is still pretty nice. Now, it's a ZVZ. Could be some quick and dirty games. Hopefully we see some nice Hive Tech shenanigans.
Oh yes, that's what we're all praying for. That's what we want.
It is. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the grand finals. 시작! 하겠습니다.
I love that every time.
You drive me crazy.
And here we go, game number 1 on Destination. Spawning as the orange Zerg in the 12 o'clock position, we do have Ace. And in the 6 o'clock as the green Zerg, we have Sziky. I am so pumped for this.
Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. This is going to be crazy. Both players are sure to be super prepared for this. We will see a bit of nerves creeping in as well, I'm sure. So it's just about who can stay on top of their game at the very highest level of foreigner play.
Indeed. And interestingly, earlier today there was some, I think it was the SC2TV.ru tournament or something like that. It's one of those Russian sites. But anyway, it's basically Ace actually played against Sziky in the bracket of that tournament. They had a best of 3, and Sziky won 2-0. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That feels really weird for the two players to play in a tournament the morning of a big finals like this. I wonder how what that's done to Ace's confidence.
Yeah, probably pretty much shattered it, but I'm sure they won't have used the builds they've prepared here. Although, given that it's Zerg v Zerg, I guess there's a fair amount of diversity, but it's pretty much all comes down to micro, unless there's any kind of crazy build order win, which again isn't entirely rare.
And looks like Ace going for an overpull here, and drones being made from Sziky, so we already have divergent builds. This is just a 2-player map, so obviously no scouting advantages or anything like that. Both overlords just heading to each other's naturals. And looks like it's actually going to be a 12 hatch for Sziky here.
Oh man, this is actually a pretty big deal. 12 hatch versus 9 pool speed, so this is going to be really interesting.
Overpull. Overpull elegant. Overpull.
Oh, it was overpull. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay. This is, dude, it's fine. I do it every single game. You're completely fine. I think this is actually the first ZVZ where I've ever called both builds correctly. Assuming that I have, I'm just waiting for someone to yell at me. I'm just like waiting for no one to yell at me and be like, Sal, it was actually an 18 hatchery, you're terrible.
It's a nightmare because it all looks exactly the same.
I know what you mean.
Gah.
Oh, but I will say that in preparation for this match, I actually went back and reread that ZVZ guide that Shark wrote back during the MSL that was all Zergs in the Final Four. He actually made a really cool, like, short ZVZ guide, which is very interesting. He basically says one of the most interesting things about ZVZ is the quote-unquote third resource, which is the larva count. So obviously, all the races have minerals and gas, but for Zerg, you have this unique resource that you have to manage, which is the larva. And he says you get roughly 20-ish larva to play with before throwing down your spire. Obviously, that depends on the exact build that you did, but yeah, depending, you can make drones, you can make lings. How many buildings you can make with drones? Anyway, lings are down here. Sziky's pulled 4 drones off to help defend. His lings are coming out now. The hatchery is taking some damage.
Oh, Drones are taking some serious damage here, and one drone actually goes down. That's a pretty big deal, obviously, in ZVZ, and getting a really advantageous position on Sziky's Zerglings, taking a couple down as well. So nice little beginning for Ace.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think Sziky, is he going to get the hatchery? He shouldn't get the hatchery, he's just going to keep poking it.
No.
But yeah, Sziky is going to push away the Lings now, and you know, only one drone loss. If he puts those guys back on mining, well, let's see, he should have the econ advantage. Yeah, he definitely has a drone advantage, but the Spire is down for Ace. Oh, Ling's going to run by here. Looks like Speed's finished. Not quite getting in. One Ling getting in.
Getting a couple of Lings caught in the natural, which is a bit of a mistake, and the Ling in the main base does go down.
So really nice multitask
everything.
from Sziky right here. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, he sees everything that's happening in Sziky's base, but of course, it matters relatively little. He would have known exactly what was going down anyway, just poking around hoping for a drone kill there. And he's really, really not going to be able to find a way in now. Really solid defense at the front of Sziky's base, hatching a few more Lings just to make this absolutely 100% watertight.
Yep. But Sziky is going to have to get an evolution chamber and some spores in order to defend the mutas, but he does have a significant supply lead. 25 against 15 right now. And yes, there is a sunken morphing in the base of Ace, so he will be defended against this Ling counterattack, and then he can get some mutas out to help push away the Lings of Sziky. By the way, I do want to give a shout out to Supernova Maniac, who's currently casting this match at the same time in Korean. So if you want to watch the ISL 2 finals casted in Korean, like an actual OSL or MSL, go check out his stream. I don't know the link off the top of my head. I'm sure someone will link it in my stream chat. So obviously you won't know what he's saying, unless you're Korean, of course. But hey, you get to see ISL casted in Korean. It'll be pretty sick.
Oh, drone kill! 2 drone kills for Sziky there. So again, that's a pretty big blow to Ace, especially since he's having to lay down colonies. He actually cancels his evolution chamber. Am I imagining things, or was there an evolution chamber down?
No, I think there was. I think that might have just been to bug out the Lings of Sziky actually.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I can't imagine that he actually needed to make spores, because like Sziky doesn't even have a Spire. Sziky has mannered his main gas though, and looks like the spores are actually not in time, so he is going to lose possibly a couple of drones. Doing a nice job though, and looks like he won't lose a single drone. Very nice job from Sziky. Meanwhile, he's going in with a counterattack of Lings, but with the sunken and Lings of Ace, he shouldn't be able to do anything. But well, let's take a look at the drone count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 in total for Sziky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in total for Ace. So actually, that those 2 drones sniped earlier did make the difference.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every drone counts in ZVZ. Mutalist now heading back across the map. They're going to nab an Overlord kill, which is a nice little thing to do because, of course, his economy is going to start really suffering now. He does, however, lay down the natural hatchery, so it's a good way of getting a bit level. I feel like he could do a little bit of harassment behind Sziky's main mineral line, just darting in there, having a go at these drones. I don't know. Maybe the spores are covering it too well. I'm not sure.
No, I think you're correct. I mean, this is the standard position to harass over. This nice cliff allowing you to stay safe in the high ground. But it looks like a lot of Lings are actually coming down here. Does Sziky have enough to defend? He does have a nice wall, and it looks like Ace is going to try and run by into the main. He's going to use his mutas to try and help out, but it looks like no, it's not going to happen. Smartly placed sunken colony right there is going to stop that attack. But yeah, looks like one Ling made it into the main, is going to get taken out.
Sziky launching a big counterattack now, heading all the way back across the map, straight onto Ace's base. So he's going to have a good little shout in here, having a go at this hatchery. But Mutas should be able to clean it up in time. Yeah, there's not quite enough Lings in here to get that down before they all die, and they're forced to retreat again. Just asserting his dominance a little bit more, just getting out onto the map and having a poke around. Always a good thing to do.
Indeed, Sziky is getting his natural gas now. He's also got his Spire on the way. And, well, I mean, Ace kind of has map control with these mutas. Sziky's doing a good job running around with the Lings, but Ace really needs to drone up or something. He's behind on the drone count, and why do I hear something attacking something? I could have sworn Lings were attacking something. What just happened?
Maybe you're imagining it.
That was really weird.
I didn't see.
And looks like Ace is now taking your advice, but losing 2 Mutalisks! So bad.
pretty bad engagement, and now there's another counter-attack coming in by Sziky into the natural of Ace with a really superior number of links, and I'm sure that he's going to be able to get the hat-trick this time if he focuses it down nicely, and indeed that is just what's going to happen. Not enough useless.
The mutas are coming back. Hachiri goes down.
Ooh.
And as people in my chat so helpfully pointed out, Sziky was actually killing the spore colony in his main that was mattering his gas, so that's what I heard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the meantime, looks like +1 flyer attack is on the way for Ace, and Carapace is on the way for Sziky. So an interesting divergence there. I do feel that the Carapace is more useful in a ZVZ due to the fact that it applies to every bounce attack of the Mutalisks, whereas the attack upgrade, it also applies to the bounce, but it's cut into a third each time, so it's less useful. However, it is slightly cheaper, I believe. I believe the attack upgrade is only 100-100, and Carapace is 150-150. So, you know, that is a bit of a difference.
How do you know that? I'm going completely off topic here, but how do you get that piece of information about cutting it into a third? I have no idea. That's amazing.
I'm a huge Brood War nerd. I know like every single little mechanical detail, pretty much.
What are the attack stats of Kakaru if you mind control it?
It's 0. That's a trick question. They have no attack. Ha!
Ah,
No, but it's interesting because yeah, because Brood War actually, like the damage, like some people will be like, oh, well, how can you have a third of a damage? Well, Brood War actually, the underlying damage calculation, it goes up to 1 decimal place, so it'll add like 0.3 damage or something. Brood War trivia, baby. It's pretty awesome.
imagine that. Oh, and it looks like all the Mutalisks of Ace are going to get caught here doing crazy micro, avoiding these skids for as long as possible, but all these Mutalisks are getting cleaned up, and there's the GG! That sees game 1 through. Ace being taken down in thorough style by Sziky.
Indeed, a very nice play. Ace losing the first game. He lost the series this morning. Can't be feeling too good here. But we shall see. This is the best of 7. It's not over yet. And let's go into the next game. Oh, I'm gonna play a commercial. I remembered. Bam. Alright, I'm in the game.
Oh, I keep entering 2. Why do I do that? I'm simple.
Uh-oh, looks like Bossman has joined.
Uh-oh.
Everybody hide! The boss is in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kale Veton, our main sponsor here. The ISL2 is named after him. It is the Kale ISL2. Speaking of which, I should give another shout out to the sponsors since we're in the finals series.
Yeah, man, let's have it.
I'll do it when the game starts, so it's in the VOD.
Cool.
Alright,
Cool.
Game number 2. Are you ready?
I'm ready.